Morning, morning, morning. This is a day that the Lord hath created, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. Now, this morning, I'd like to talk about why woman was so important in the plan of God. Why it was so important for God to create woman. That woman should be a part of his created plan. Because you know that a lot of people believe that women should not preach, they should not have anything to do with pastoral responsibility or have anything to do with, bringing the word. However, if you should read the Bible from the beginning of the Genesis, God gave woman a particular day. He created man on a particular day, and he created the firmament, the seas, the fowls of the air, and the creatures on a particular day. But then after all the creation, he said, I'm going to create woman. I'm going to create a helper for Adam. And so he created woman. And so woman, March 7, I think, or March 8, since 1977, I believe, they have Women International Day. But women had her International Day from the beginning of the Genesis. And again, this is Evangelist Davis with a word. I always like to talk about topic that seems to have a little mystery about it. God has given me the ability to understand His word so that I can bring it to you, my valuable, and my audiences on the media in the respect of Facebook, in the respect of YouTube, Instagram, and whatever media outlet is there to hear God's word. A lot of us know that we're women, but we don't know why we were created. We don't know the importance of what a woman is. And if you should read from Genesis 18 through 24, it begins by saying that, and God saw that Adam needed a helper that is comparable to him, compatible to him. And so the Lord, you go a little further down, it says that the Lord said, everything else has a companion, but man did not have a companion that is comparable or comparable to him. So God said, I'm going to create a helper for man. And so we allow Adam to fall into a deep sleep. And he took a ribs from the side of Adam. And then he formed the species. And then he took her. He took her to Adam and he said, here is your helper. Then Adam said, because she is flesh of my flesh and bone of my bone, I'm going to give her the name woman. Now you understand that the double O is a phrase. It's not a complete word. But the M-A-N allow the double O-M-A-N to make sense. Woman. So that means she is a part of man. Because he didn't just say Sarah or Eve, but he said woman. You shall be called woman, because you are bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. Isn't that wonderful? No, if Adam has the responsibility to name everything that is on this earth, so he gave we woman our name and said our name is woman. God said, come, let us make man. So God made man, and then after he made a helper for Adam, he took her to him and he said, here is your helper. And then he called her woman. Okay, so you know that. I believe that the word woman, I believe that the woe means that he took the womb out of man and placed it into the woman. Because after everything happened in the Garden of Eden and he chased them out of the Garden of Eden, he told them they should go on the earth and that they should go and reproduce, multiply. So man can multiply himself. He would be cloning himself. So God said to him, okay, go and multiply. And when you multiply, it takes a woman to multiply. When you meet with a man, then you are the womb. You are the womb that will carry the multiplication of the man and yourself. Because if the man multiplies, he can only clone himself and bring forth a man, but the woman can bring forth both male, female. All right. So the number one is purpose why God made woman. The number one purpose that I found here. And the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone. So God was concerned about the man being alone. So the man needed a companion. Okay? And so he created woman. And so Adam gave name to every living thing. And so he gave her the name woman. Now, number 2 point that I want to make is that Adam needed a helper comparable to him. Right? That's the number 2 point. Genesis 2, verse 21 to 22. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he took one of his ribs. Verse 22. Then the rib which the Lord had taken from man, he made into a woman, and he brought her to the man. So you see, God brought her to the man. He didn't go looking for her, no. The Lord provided him a helper, a helpmate. You see? He didn't go look. God provides. So every man have a specific woman that God has created for him. And God will bring her to you. You don't have to go searching. God will bring her to you. Number 3 point. Happy Woman's Day. The day that a woman was created. We can say that's the genesis of Woman's Day. Happy Woman's Day became recognized in the day that God created woman. This is how we can celebrate today and say Happy Woman's Day or Happy International Women's Day. For Genesis 2 verse 22 tells us that God made a day special to create a helper specifically designed to accommodate the union of a man and a woman, which is called today marriage, right? Marriage, the joining together of two individuals of the opposite sex, not the same sex, all right? So we understand that. Now, number 4 point, Genesis 2:23. The man is incomplete without his helper. That's what the Lord was trying to say. And Adam said, this is no bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of me. So here we know that the man is incomplete without his helper. Therefore, if a part of you, of your DNA, is taken out of you and given to someone else, that person has a part of you in them that they may need to function. So in that case, you are genetically connected to that individual whose organ or bones was given you to help you function in your necessary capacity, right? So Adam ribs was taken so that God could form we women so that we could function in our necessary capability. Now, if you look where he took the bone from his side, not his foot, not his hand, not his forehead, that means your woman is walking beside you, not behind you, not before you. Side by side, union. Just like you go up, you stand side by side to get married. So that means don't use your foot to play football with your woman. And do not use your hand to play a punching bag, to use her to be a punching bag. God, that's not why God created a woman. Don't leave her behind and tell her, shut up, sit down. She have no business in God's business. She can't make any decision. It is said scientifically that a woman uses two sides of her brain while a man uses one side of his brain. No, because women have the spirit of discernment. They can see things, they can analyze things. When a man doing stuff, he just focuses into what he's doing, straightforward. He's not looking to the side or to the left. A woman would say, stay away from that person. I don't trust that person. I don't have a good feeling. So I don't see, men say, I don't see anything wrong. You're always coming up with something, but that's all we were created. We were created to see things, to guide you as your helper. Okay, number 5 points. Okay. So, if a part of you is taken out of you and given to someone, that person has a part of you in them that they may need to function. Okay, we already established that. Now let's look at number 5. Adam named Eve woman. Okay? She was called Eve in the garden, but he gave her a name woman. The womb was taken, so the Eve, which was the woman, which was the womb, was taken out of Adam and given to Eve, so she could fulfill Adam's needs. So in other words, a man is incomplete without a woman. The woman complete the function of the man, and the man complete the function of the woman. The man is the head over the woman. He's her crown, and God is the crown of the man. So we are under our husband as he is under God. And so we subdue him, but doesn't mean that we shut up and we don't have a say in the decision of what God's business is about. If you notice, the word woman is an extension of man, as I already said. This word, you have a dependent clause and an independent clause. The WO is dependent of the independent clause, the man. So for WO to make sense, it have to be connected to MAN to make sense. So just in likewise, when a man does not complete without a woman. Oh, of course he can work and can do his stuff, but his function of a man is incomplete without a woman. You understand me? Your woman is the flowers. She is the flowers of your life. But God placed her there for a particular reason. That's why the Lord said it's not. That's why the apostle said it is not good for the man. Well, in the Bible, in Genesis, he said it is not good for Adam to be alone. He need a helper. That's the reason why he created woman. Paul had said, Paul in his writing to the 7 churches said, if at all you can be as him, then you can live, be by yourself. But if not, it's better to marry than to be burnt. Okay? All right. So the womb of the man was given to the woman. That's what I believe. That is my analogy of this. So that gave her the opportunity to be able to reproduce. so that men could, God told Abraham that he would have the seeds like the sand of the seashore. And Sarah was barren, but God placed Isaac in Sarah's womb at the age of 90 so that Abraham could fulfill the promises of God. So you see how important a woman is. Okay. So I look up the scientific word of woman, what it means scientifically. And the definition of what woman means goes by a person bearing 2 X chromosomes in the cell nucleus, and normally having a vagina, a uterus, and ovaries and developing at puberty, a relatively rounded body, an enlarged breast, and retaining beardless face, an organism of the sex or sexual phase that normally reproduces egg cell. All right? So you see how important woman is? Without a woman, there would be no reproduction. Woman is the cause of why we can have a world of people, because we are the reproducing organ of generation to generation for nations. So you see how important. God never does anything without he incorporate a woman. He took God come down on earth to reclaim Adam fallen, which came through a woman. He allowed Anna, which is Mary's mother. He allowed her Anna was barren before she had Mary, and when she had Mary, they took Mary to the temple. That's where she temple made, and she wasn't a temple because she had to be grown a special way. As you do a little deeper research, you'll find that. And no, but what I'm trying to say, the Lord sent his angel unto Mary and said, the Lord find favor with thee, and you shall have a son, and you shall call his name Jesus or Emmanuel, for he shall save this people. So, see how important woman was? God used woman in order, the temple in order to come through flesh again, so that he could regain Adam's fallen race. So important a woman is. He rebirthed himself through mortality so that he could restore mortality. So how can man say a woman has no voice when God is always using a woman? Look at Mary Magdalene. She was there. She was one of the apostles, even though they tried to downplay her, but she was one of the apostles on what in the ministry of Jesus Christ while he was on her. She was one of the apostles that was very close to the Lord. And she was always there. She washed his feet before his burial, his death, with the alabaster box of ointment and wiped it with her hair. She was always there. Joanna, she also was one of them. She was one of the established leader into the king's house. She was his wife, and she supported the ministry of Christ. You know, you think about Elizabeth. Elizabeth was the mother of John the Baptist. Again, the angel came to Elizabeth. And then when Mary met with her, both babies, in Elizabeth and in Mary, they hail each other. Again, God used woman to bring forth the horn of salvation. John the Baptist was called the horn of salvation. And then he was the one that said, prepare ye the way, for there is one coming, whose latchet I am unworthy to loose. He is the Messiah. When he is here, then I bow out. You see how important woman is? So he uses woman in so many ways. How can we speak to our women and say they are less important, that they should not open their mouth? They have nothing to do with God's plan of mankind on earth. No. We are not least, we are not less than, we are equal. So please, men, understand that your woman is there to nurture you. She carries so many hats. She's a mother, she's a wife, she's a nurse, she's a teacher. She wakes early in the morning. You talk about the Proverbs, I think 31:10 woman. You understand me? She's there to nurture you. She's there to rub your shoulder when you're feeling stressed. She's there to encourage you and to tell you that everything will be fine. It will be fine. Don't worry about that. She's there when you're sitting. She will take your feet and relax you, rub it down, calm you down. Just as you take her feet and rub her feet, wash her feet, relax her and calm her down. It's a togetherness, it's a union, it's equality. It's not less than and shut up, I don't want to hear anything. You got to respect your woman. Because God created, she was created for a purpose. She's in the plan of God, not just man. Yes, you were created for, but he did have a day for woman. And so God is saying that you should love your woman as Christ loved the church. You should thank God. It's a good thing when a man finds a good wife. So you should thank God for your woman. And so, as we can see, woman was created for the purpose of being a helper to man. Man needed a helper. God brought woman to the man. He did not send him out go look for one another. He created specifically for the needs. He fashioned her, he blueprinted her for the need of Adam. Every man have a specific woman that is created specifically for the need. Now what you need to do is to pray and say, Lord, send me my helper. Because if you go looking, you might never find, you might see something that is not created for you. So you pray and say, Lord, send me my helper. Send me my created helper that will help me to complete my purpose here on earth. Will give me the strength to go when I feel like I can't make it. That encouraging voice. That person that doing something behind just to strengthen me when I think there is no money. Say, no, I have something that I save here for you. You have some money. You know, somebody that is there to know, oh, my husband need a new shirt, he need a new shoe. Let me put that down and go and get him some. You need that kind of woman, and then you can love her, support her, let her know how important she is to you. Women are very sensitive and delicate. If you know how to treat your woman, you don't have to worry. She won't leave you and go talk to anyone. Don't just leave her there and have her dried out. Have her feel like she's all alone. Incorporate her in your plans, in your decisions. Let her know what's going on. Don't let her feel like she's left out. Because she was created that she's compatible to you so that you can work things out and so that life, can have a meaning. So understand that woman was created for the purpose of, she is a created purpose that would complete the purpose of a man. She completes you. When you see you and your wife, you should be a package that look like a package. Some people dress alike. You can, there goes the wife and husband. You should complete each other. You should actually know the last word the person going to say. That's how much you know each other. You should have love and understanding. I mean, not every woman have these qualities. That's why you have to pray and ask God to give you the perfect helper so that you can have a wonderful life together. Because Adam said, bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. And in fact, that's who we are. Bone of your bones and flesh of your flesh. But if you abuse the bone of your bones and their flesh of your flesh, you're going to feel it. If you hit her, you're going to be hit back. Because you're eating your own flesh and your own bone. And you're going to be hurting. Somebody says it's going to come back, it will come back. Even if you don't feel it at the same time, you put it out. So learn to love your woman, respect her, don't cuss her out. She should not cuss you out. And you should just make sure that you accommodate each other. Okay? So, what I'm saying, once you understand why the woman was created, and once a woman understands why she was created, then she will operate in her purpose. A woman who does not know who she are and why she was created, she cannot operate in her purpose. So this is just to help you to understand your purpose, and you have to operate in your purpose. You have the spirit of discernment. You are everything that a man cannot be. You are a multitask being. Most men cannot multitask, but a woman, she'll be cooking. She'll be cleaning at the same time. She'll be feeding the baby at the same time. She'll be combing the child ears. She'll be teaching the kid their work at the same time. Sitting around the table, she's cooking. Mom, what word is this? She come over, she looks, she tells, she run back to the stove. She's a multitask. She sings on the choir. She preaches, she teaches. She's a lawyer. She's a doctor. She's a Zyricus beam. She's a nucleus that can multiply and multiply and multiply. She smiles at the storm. She's a comforter. And after all that work, you come home to your garden of flowers, and she's smelling sweet and accommodating, and you embrace her warmth, and she embraces your warmth. How wonderful is that? Men, this is for you to enjoy, is to enjoy your woman. Enjoy your helper that God has given to you. Example of women that God used: Joanna, Susanna, Mary Magdalene, Mary, the mother of Jesus, Elizabeth, the mother of John the Baptist. Joanna was the wife of Chusa, a steward who Herod Antipas. He worked for Herod Antipas. She was cured of an evil spirit and infirmities. She accompanied Jesus and his disciples and provided for him from her substance. Susanna is one of the women who give financial support to Jesus' ministry. Find it in Luke 8 and 1-3. She was falsely accused of adultery by 2 elders, but she was cleared of it when they found out that they were lying. But she also was someone who financed the ministry of Jesus. And there's so many. You have Esther, Queen Esther. She declares a fast to save the nation of Israel, which was successful when the evil Haman tried to kill the whole nation of Israel. He died on his own gallows. You just read about the virtuous woman in Proverbs 30 and verse, I think, 10. So we understand that the world topic should be not, it should be saying to discuss the importance of the created woman in the plan of God. Why God created woman in his plan. We didn't have to have, they say everything bad. Oh, she's the one that caused us to sin. But God knew that. He had made provision for that. So even though the enemy tried to mess up God's work, God knew everything, but he still knew that Adam needed an helper in spite of. So you be blessed, and remember, woman was a part of God's created plan so that man could fulfill his purpose. Without woman, his purpose would be incomplete. But the woman, God could use anything, but he chose to use woman. And so let us understand that There's an International Women's Day from the beginning of Genesis. And so today, when you see a woman, you looked at her and you said, there go my helper. There go my purpose fulfilled her. There goes the person that God created so that I could look at these beautiful children and say, oh Lord, I thank you. There goes the woman that helped me to fulfill my purpose when there was no money. When I didn't have a job, she would make sure food is on the table. When there was no money, she would put money in my pocket. When I had no shoes, no clothes on, she would provide me clothes. She would make sure my nakedness was covered. She was there for me. So don't be ungrateful to those women that God placed in your life, that help you to reach the pinnacle of your career, to fulfill your purpose. Don't turn your face away from your helper, because you will meet your Jezebel and your Delilah. Just like a woman is a blessing, a woman is also your downfall. So when God gives you your created blessings, make sure you honor it, love her, and not go looking for Jezebel and Delilah, because there are other women that was created not to help you, but to tear you down. That's why God brought her to you, not you go looking for her. So pray and ask the Lord to send you your helper. Send you that ribs that He fashioned specifically and blueprinted specifically for you. Be blessed and have a wonderful day. Good morning. God bless you. Have a day. And so I feel like I should end with the chorus. It's a great, big, wonderful God. Our God is always victorious, always watching over us. Great, big, wonderful God. He never, never leave me, always standing by. Pick me up when I stumble. We are the apple of His eye. We got a great, big, wonderful God. Great, big, wonderful God. Our God is always victorious, always watching over us. Great, big, wonderful God. Have a blessed day. This is Evangelist David saying, peace. Let the peace of God be with you until we meet again. And our next word for the hour. God bless you.